Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Zero to Boosted. Today we'll be getting into my hatch, but before then, I'll show you some other cars. Unfortunately, all we have right now is our '07 SI that is currently sitting. We have an '03 MDX that we are driving as our daily because insurance decided to kick us off with the white car. Not exactly sure why. Screw it, whatever. Kind of give you a little bit of a look at what we deal with for space. Everything that we do in here is done in here. Everything that we build is all here. I've got a engine sitting over here. That'll be in a future video. This is my 99 Civic hatchback. Bought it about 2 years ago. The car was silver. I redid it all black. No, it's not a professional paint job. Front fenders are actually spray bomb. A little dusty right now. Is a drag front end. And the rear quarter panel on both sides are spray paint, wet sanded, buffed out. It's not perfect. Did the job. Both rear quarter panels. Now the trunk, I ended up buying another car that was black. I took the bumper, the trunk, and both doors off of it. The car was supposed to be a car to get back and forth to work with, but that car ended up blowing up on the way home, so we ended up using it as parts for the race car. This car was supposed to be a street car. It was for about a month and a half. The wife took it to work. We had a bad rainstorm. She went through some sort of crazy, I don't know, pothole with a bunch of water in it, hydrolocked the motor. That was the end of it. We ended up pulling out the stock D series that was automatic and putting in a B18B that I ended up doing a chip and tuned ECU for a guy, and he ended up giving me an engine for it. So we swapped that in originally. It didn't run. We didn't do anything with it. Obviously, we're building with budgets here. If you look at the car, it's not a show car. We're not going to win trophies with it. You know, I made it look alright for what it is. We ended up pulling the engine back out last winter. I sold it after I relapsed some valves. I did a bunch of gaskets on it, stuff like that. Sold it to a buddy for a couple $100. No big deal. And then we ended up getting into pulling this engine apart that I did have in a previous car. It was in my 92 EG hatch. It was boosted, but it was completely bone stock before. It had stock pistons, stock rods, everything stock. We just threw a turbo on it, put 10 pounds through it, and hoped for the best. It worked for, I don't know, 2 years or so, and then we ended up getting this CX Racing turbo, and we bolted it on, and we took it to the dyno, and there was a lot of black smoke, and that was the end of it. Lost compression in it. No big deal. Whatever. We ended up scrapping the car and picking up this car for $275, and we drove it home. It was automatic. I don't know if I said that already, but drove it home. Ended up doing a bunch of stuff to it, driving it. We ended up getting a set of 81.5 millimeter Wiseco pistons, Skunk 2 H-beam rods, King bearings. We sent it out, made sure the crank was all good. We have a set of SuperTech dual valve springs in it. SuperTech lost motion assembly. It's a stock valve. Stock retainers, just brand new. Nothing too fancy there. We ended up switching over from the Skunk 2 intake manifold over to the Victor X manifold. We have the AEM fuel rail. We have some RC 750cc injectors, AM fuel pressure regulator. Now, like I said, we do build on a budget here, so we went with some cheap mounts. We were going to reinforce them, but we're going to test them out. They're just some Unaka cheapies, nothing too crazy there. We did get the car broken on the dyno after it was all put together, and we had some ignition issues. Obviously, we're working with a distributor from mid-90s here, so the ignition was cutting out. We are upgrading over to a coil on plug setup, just something basic. We have an extra set from my 07 SI, so we're going to use those coil packs, and going to order a board and get another board for inside my P28 ECU, and we're going to do that. We upgraded the wastegate because we were getting boost creep, so we were on a 38mm 2-bolt, and just wasn't working. I need a little bit of low boost. We are going to be running boost by gear, so I kind of need the lower boost. The car will be running either the 1050 class or the 11.0 class this season. First time ever competing, never done anything like that. So other than that, we have a set of slicks for it. We're going to be upgrading them. We're only on a 23 right now. These are just the street tires that I have kind of rolling around on, but we have a set of 23s on my weld wheels, and we're going to switch to a 24.5 by 9, and we're going to see how that all goes. We upgraded the front mount from my old front mount that is back here, right there, which will be going on Mikey's car. There's Mikey's manifold. We do have a drag wing coming for off the back of this. It was here the other day, but it's not exactly down to what I wanted it to be. It was kind of just straight out, and I kind of want it to wrap down a little bit and block off. We do have bumper cutout. We're going to be cutting out a little bit more of the back. There's no rebars left on the car. We're going to be switching over to all Lexan windows. Everything is stock right now. We have started chopping the metal out. That's not pretty yet, but it'll get there. And everything with an X basically is all going to be coming out. We have the new seat for it, and then my buddy is going to be doing a roll bar for it because that is all we're going to need. All the sound deadening is out of the floors. Got to patch up some holes here. Do like a nice panel for the gauges. And we do have like a race pack type deal. I think it's done by Neptune. They have some sort of little thing. We've got some brand new bushings for the front end and the back end. Trailing arm one right here. And we still have to do this beautiful staging brake. Thank you to Brett at BR Tuning for hooking me up with that. And all my tuning, of course. It's awesome. Now, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has helped me build this car from the ground up. You know, all the guys that I roll around with, the guys out at Peterborough Speedway helping me out with extra old parts that they had, like the race seat. Thank you, Chris, for that. It means a lot. You know, my race helmet, Kent Missons, you're awesome, as always. And Rob Crick for, you know, little specialty tools like crank tool, stuff like that. Parts for my MDX. You guys are all awesome. Shout out to Brett for all my tuning. You're awesome. I'd like to kind of polish it off here. And, you know, if you guys are wondering what all this wiring crap sitting here is, it's my battery is going to be going down into the bumper when I get back to it. I've been kind of slacking on everything with the car lately, so once we get back to it, which should be sometime this week, we'll start filming some more, get some more footage out for you guys to watch. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, click the little bell, get a notification. Thanks for watching, guys.